Hello, and thank you for joining me. My name is John Occhi. I'm a realtor with Keller Williams and the Excellence in Real Estate team. Today we're covering the third section of my four-part report on how much home do I qualify for. This is a free report that I make available to my buying clients, and we cover such topics as pre-qualifying for a loan, maximizing your down payment, evaluating your closing costs, and today's segment is actually qualifying for the mortgage and what's involved in the qualification process. Well, there are two basic guidelines that lenders use to determine when someone's eligible for a mortgage and what particular mortgage that they're eligible for. The first one is your monthly mortgage payment, your principal, your interest, your taxes. They call this PITI. That's principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. And they should not exceed 25 to about 28% of your monthly gross income. Now, this varies with each lender. Some even have some extensions beyond that, but that's pretty much a rule of thumb. As long as your housing costs, your direct housing costs is roughly about 1/4 of your income, you're going to be fine. So in other words, if you're, and this can be pretty steep. That's why it takes two workers to be homeowners today. So in order to qualify for a $2,000 mortgage, you're looking at bringing in about $8,000 a month. It's a lot of money. So home ownership, it can be tough. But there are some other programs out there. This is just kind of a rule of thumb. This is where lenders want you to be in order to get the very best deals, the very best rates that you hear advertised frequently on the radio and wherever else it may be. There's a lot of loss leaders that are advertised. But the truth be told is there are some great programs out there. You just need to talk with a mortgage broker to get into it. Well, and I told you that there were two ways. They talked about your gross housing costs. Now, they also talk about your housing costs, your PITI, plus your other long-term debt, and that should not exceed 33 to 38%. Now, in this case, if you don't have any other debt, you don't have car payments, you don't have credit card payments, everything is down to where you just pay $100 a month on your credit cards, and that covers everything. Your car payment is paid off. You just paid off your car payment. It's a perfect time to buy the house, not to go buy another car. Please don't go buy a Beamer right now, okay? If you want to buy a house, keep driving that 5-year-old car. If that's what you're driving, it's paid off. That means that your monthly income is more of it can be devoted to your housing if you have no other long-term debt, because the lender is looking at that you should be spending nowhere between 33 to 38% of your monthly income between your housing cost, your PITI, plus your long-term debt, your car payments, student loans, credit cards, etc. So those are the key two different formulas that lenders typically look at, and there are 4 key factors that determine your ability to qualify for a loan. One is your income. It can not only include your gross monthly income and your secondary income if anybody's getting any type of child support or any kind of special assistance from any entity whatsoever, or whether you have commissions or bonuses that are paid on a regular basis. That's all good. We're looking, as a lender, we're looking at stability of employment, length of time on the job, length of time in the industry, your education level. These are all factors that are going to help with your potential future earnings, and these are factors that lenders definitely will take into consideration when evaluating you as an individual. And that's why every loan, every lender, every buyer is different than the other. So please don't compare the loan that your brother-in-law got to the loan that you got, because they will not be equal, because you two are not cut from the same mold. All right, you have a unique lifestyle, he has a unique lifestyle. I don't care how similar they are, there are differences, and these differences cause differences in the lending process. Now, the next factor that lenders look for is the credit history. And sometimes having no credit history is better than having a bad credit history, okay? But it includes your history of debt repayment, your total outstanding debt, what the highest balances are, and your highest monthly debt balance. Now, let's talk about your debt a little bit. In credit cards, one of the things that you can do as far as debt is to never exceed 50% of your debt ratio. In other words, if you have a credit card that's good for, let's say, $1,000, never ring it up above $500. Okay, that means that it shows that you're conscious of your credit and that you do have reserves. You have the ability to borrow more money if and when you need it. If you've got $25,000 in credit card debt, say over 10 different cards, and every one of them is maxed out, that's a problem. Now you can have the same $25,000 in credit card debt in over 10 cards if you have an available credit of $50,000, meaning that you're 50% of your debt ratio of available credit. So do yourself a favor. It's one great way to build your credit score, but keep your debt on your credit cards, on your revolving cards, down to 50% or less at any given time. Never, ever, ever exceed the 50% level, and your credit score will continue to skyrocket. Okay? Let's talk about your assets for a moment. Your assets include your retirement accounts, your 1030, your 401ks, your what you have in checking accounts and CDs, any other investments, whether it's stock portfolio, if you have rare minerals or gems, if you have gold that you have, those are all liquid assets that are taken into serious consideration in your ability to pay. And then last but not least, there's the actual property. The lender is going to make sure that the property appraises for the amount that you're buying it for, because the last thing they want to do is for you to default on the loan and they have a property that is worth more than what they've got out there. They want to be able to recoup their loss without any problems. Okay? Typically, lenders do not secure more than 95% of the value. We talked about a little bit with the down payment. There are some lenders or some special programs that will actually go over 100% of the loan value. Right now, there's some good programs for first-time buyers that will actually take you up to 107%. That's as of April of 2006. However, those are few and far between, and the qualifications are often very stringent and very narrow as far as the people who can actually qualify for them. And it's not who you think it is. It may be you. As a first-time buyer, it's certainly something to consider and talk to your lender. Now, if you don't have a lender, let me just go ahead and give a plug for my good friend Rory Wilson with the lending team. Rory and I do some extensive marketing together, and it's only right to, when I'm talking about loans, to bring him into it. Rory can be reached at 909-437-4647. If you'd like to speak with me directly, my name again is John Occhi. I'm with the Excellence in Real Estate team, and I'm available at 951-443-6259. Or go ahead and send me an email to thehouseseller@gmail.com. Thanks again for your time, and please join me for my fourth and final segment when we talk about closing costs and how important they are to the loan process in planning for that. So until next time, to you and yours, you make every day a great day. You have no idea how precious every day is. All right, so God bless you both. Thanks.